Look, guys, we're actually going to do similar figures. We're just working with numbers today, so it should be relatively easy. All we're going to do, I'm just going to do a triangle and a square, and that's about all you need to know. So for question number one, we're going to have a triangle looks just like this. Let me change my drawing utensil here. All right, let me make it a little thicker so it looks better. So we're going to have 12. And we're going to have 20 right here. And then we're going to have another one. I should have drawn a little bigger, but this one's going to be a little smaller. But whenever you're working with similar figures, there's a couple things that you need to understand. They have the same shape. Same angles. But they do have different sizes, so different size. So every time you have a similar figure, they're similar if they have the same angles and same shape. And obviously they have to be this different size. Alright, so that's all you gotta know. Big thing that we need to figure out today, we need to figure out the scale factor. Let me see if I can write it correctly. Scale factor here. And I'm also going to call it a CF instead. It makes it easier for me. So the scale factor is going to equal big number. And I'll specify what I mean by big number over small number. You might be asking yourself, like, what do you mean by big and small number? Well, if you look at my triangle right here, I'm going to look for sides that are similar. So I know that my 12 is going to be similar to my 3. I know those two sides are similar. So because I know they're similar, I'm going to grab the big number and I'm going to divide it by the small number. So I'm actually going to do 12 divided by 3, which is going to give me 4. And guess what? SF is going to equal to 4, my scale factor. My scale factor is going to equal to 4. At this point, I'm going to use the scale factor to either multiply or divide. Alright? So if I go from small to big, I am going to multiply. I'm going to put a little X right here. Right? If I go from big to small, I'm actually going to divide. Alright, that's very important. So right here, I'm looking for side, right now I'm looking for this side right here. I'm looking for X. X is going to be part of my small shape. But I'm going to have to use the 20 over here because it's similar to X, correct? Right? 20 and X are similar. Meaning that I am going to go from 20 to X. So 20, I'm going to put little arrows. Oh my god, they're so bad, but I'm going to go that direction. So I am going from big to small. So I'm going to write 20 divided by 4, which is going to give me 5. Right? Because we have to do the scale factor divided by my side. So I do 20 divided by the scale factor, it's going to give me 5. So my X is going to equal to 5. And today it's just going to be that simple. That's all you got to do. Let me look for another one. Let me see if I can find one that you go from. We went from big to small. Let me see if we can go from small to big. Yes, I can see one right here. So if you look at your shapes or your problems, you're going to have a problem just like this. You have one right here, and then you're going to have another rectangle. It's going to be a little bigger, like that. All right, I'm going to have a 3. I'm going to have a 13. I'm going to have an X, and I'm going to have a 117. Okay, that's the problem that I can see right here. So I'm going to pick my coloring and going to find two sides that are similar. I need to find two numbers now. They have to be both numbers because if you get an X and number, you won't be able to get your scale factor. So I need to find two numbers, right? I see that two sides are similar, 13 and 17. I'm going to try and solve for my CF, which is going to be 117 divided by 13. So 117 divided by 13 is going to give me a scale factor of 9. That's all we're doing here. I found my scale factor already. Very easy, right? Now I'm going to use that scale factor to multiply or divide. So I'm looking for my shape, or I'm looking for the x, which is located on the big rectangle right here, right? And I can tell that 3 and x are similar. So that means I'm going to have to go from here all the way right here. Right? I'm going to use the black. I'm going to put little arrows because that's the direction that I'm going in, right? Because I have all my sights on the small one. I'm trying to look for the sights on my big one. So I'm going to use the small one to figure out the size of my big one. So I'm going to use my scale factor and I'm going to multiply by 3. So I have 9 times 3 equals 27. So x is equal to 27. And that's it. That's literally as hard as it gets for this assignment. Should be pretty straightforward for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it and have a great day.